Hi guys and welcome. Today I am painting a gouache painting. This was supposed to be an experiment to test out a theory, an idea of a way that I want to work in the future. I wanted to see if it did work the way that I wanted it to, and it was a complete failure, but not in a bad way. I'm really happy with actually what I learned from this and the outcome. So let's just cut to the chase. Why was it a failure? So the experiment that I gave myself with this piece is I wanted to test out using acrylic gouache as the base and then adding oil paints on top of it to do what oil paints do best, to add some glazing, to get some really beautiful blends, to finesse certain areas. So I've been looking for how to marry the two or make oil painting work in my particular circumstance of life. And this was an option that I thought might work really well. I could start with this base layer that I'm really enjoying and then add on the oils. So my theory was that I have seen many artists, and this is a very typical process where you can start with acrylics as your base and then you can build up with oils on top of acrylics. So I was thinking, if acrylic gouache is essentially, it is acrylics, it's just mattified, would I be able to get similar results? Would I enjoy the results? So that was my premise, my approach to this. I just wanted to see it in action, see if I'd get any weird effects or things that I just didn't like, whatever. The reason it ended up being a failure is I got about to the point that I thought I would switch over to oils, and I did not, because I was just loving the acrylic gouache so much. I was using it in a slightly different way in this piece, and I found that it was just like scratching the itch that I felt that I wanted to experiment with the oils. So I'll talk more about the approach that I took in this piece and some of the techniques that I did that ended up making me happy with this piece and really interested in where I can go with it. But yeah, it ended up being a failure, quote unquote failure, on the side of the experiment because I didn't actually end up testing what I thought I'd test. So I do really want to try this out still. It is something that I'd like to address. I want to explore it. I want to see if it actually is like the perfect marriage of mediums for me to get what I want. So yeah, I'll still be testing that in the future. But the process of working on this painting, it did make me realize that I can be very happy, very satisfied with just using acrylic gouache to achieve the look that I want. So one of the big things that, oh, and very quickly, a little self-promo for myself. This painting is called Acidic, and she's available at my shop. So if you'd like to give her a new home on your walls, there's a link down in the description that'll take you over there so you can check her out. And yeah, let's get back to talking about this painting. I have been craving and wanting with oils is a little bit more of like a glazing approach, to be able to build things up more in a more transparent way, and to be able to manipulate what was already on the painting. So I wanted to be able to add layers on top that wouldn't completely cover up what was already established. It could just change it, shift it. So as I was experimenting with this painting, I started off with what I thought was going to be like my base layers. I was just going to establish the base colors of her skin and the hair in the background. And then as I moved into oils, I anticipated adding much more depth and variation to those colors, and then the rendering would come in the oil painting. But I let it sit on my desk for about a week, and I was thinking about it during that time, and I was just feeling like the colors, they weren't sparking any interest for me. So I thought, okay, I'll tweak the colors, I'll change it. Like, that's what the base layer is for. It's to get things as close to established as you can, and then you move on to rendering it. So I started building up very different colors on top of it, and I was adding more and more water to those acrylic gouache washes, and it was creating such an interesting textured thing. I loved it. I thought it looked exactly what I wanted that painting to feel like. I wanted this more grungy feeling, but still have the control and the dexterity, the ability to get the really precise laying of colors, but it had this gritty kind of quality to the texture of the colors that you're seeing below it, and then that glazing on top of it. It just sparked something in my brain that I could be really happy with the results of layering these acrylic gouaches. So one thing that is important about understanding any paints that you're using is that different pigments and different paints and different mixtures for different brands, they all have different ranges of transparency. So some pigments are just naturally going to be more opaque or more transparent. And learning which ones those are, it's really incredibly helpful for being able to get the most out of the paints that you do use. So that's the same with the acrylic gouache that I use. There are some that are very opaque that when I lay it down, it will very quickly cover what's below it. It won't take as many layers. And the more water that I mix, it will become thin, but it won't have like a glazing effect where it's a consistent color. It gets a little bit more grainy is what I found. And then there's other pigments and other colors that I could use it out of the tube and add a little bit of water, and then it would be this beautiful glazing paint. And it would allow me to layer on top of opaque paint that I've already put down, and then it would tweak the colors. It would shift it. So I think that that's going to be the key for me moving forward to be able to use these paints more fully like that, is as I've used them over the years, I've used them in kind of a different role. So I wasn't paying as much attention to this. So I just need to pay more attention to it more going forward. But I have a somewhat comfortable understanding of which ones are more opaque and which ones are more transparent. And if I'm going to be wanting a more consistent, smooth, transparent wash that builds up the colors and the tones of the painting, then I need to be picking those acrylic gouache paints that are going to naturally lean that way. But yeah, the process of painting this, it felt so alive. I think that was the best way to describe what it felt. It felt like I was watching the piece provide its own, okay, this sounds so woo-woo, so weird. As I was working on the painting, it just felt like I was putting paint down, and then what was already there was reacting in a way that was just a little bit different than I could have anticipated. And that marriage between the two, it just ended up feeling like I was working with the piece and developing it with each layer. I was seeing something just a little bit new and different, and I was learning more and more about the paints that I was using. I think that was the biggest thing, is that it opened up my eyes to how I could use paints that I had already been using, but how I could use them in a very different way and a much more dynamic way. I think that one of my caveats for myself as far as this layering process for the acrylic gouache is I don't love brushwork within my own paintings. I think it's gorgeous in other people's artwork, so it's not an overall distaste for it. For my style, for the way that I'm wanting to achieve what I'm painting, I want to minimize brushstrokes as much as possible. I also really want to minimize the look of the texture of building up too many layers, if that makes sense. So the more thick layers that I apply with my acrylic gouache, the thicker and thicker and thicker it becomes. And then the texture becomes obvious that I've like repainted thick paint many times, whereas other areas of the painting are a little bit more flat and flush. And I want to mitigate that as much as possible. I like the look of it being a little bit more even in its texture over the whole painting. So that is something that I just need to start paying a better attention to, and being a little bit more foreplanned in some areas, as far as being able to make sure that I'm thinning the paint down enough that it's smooth enough. It's just the more layers that I am adding up together, the more of a problem that can be. And in the past, I've relied on less layers to achieve the look that I want. And since I'm leaning more into building up textures, building up colors, that's naturally going to be something that's more in play. So when I was working on this piece, I actually kind of had a bit of an epiphany. So oil paints have been kind of my white whale as far as my artistic career. I love oils. They're so buttery, they're so blendy, they're just glorious to work with. They look beautiful. And I've gone into this many times in the past, but there's a lot of small reasons that kind of all add up as to why painting with oils just does not happen very often in my life. It doesn't work very well. The biggest reason, honestly, is I have 2 young kids in my home and my studio is in my home, and I'm a very messy artist. So I naturally I have paints everywhere. I have the palette kind of out in the open. I'm very absent-minded. So it's messy. It stays wet a long time. It has all of those components to it. It becomes a bit of a mess. So it was always just a little bit out of reach. I would do a painting and then it was wonderful, but it was really fussy and stressful in different ways. And then it would end up being months or longer. But when I was working on this piece, I had a bit of an epiphany that I'm not 100% sure that oils are like my end game, that it's the best medium for me. And I felt that it was for a long time, that it was just kind of these external reasons why I wasn't getting into oils. But it hit me that I know this, I'm a very impatient painter. I love being able to fix a problem immediately. It really, really bothers me when there's something that's just not working in a painting and I know how to fix it and I can't fix it yet because it's wet. I hate that. I want to be able to just fix the problem. I want to continue working on that area until I'm satisfied with it, and then I can move on to something else, and then I can finish the painting, and then I can have that satisfaction of completion. And working in acrylic gouache or acrylics, it's there for me. I'm able to work in a workflow that just feels far more natural for my own personality. And I know that there's a lot of workarounds with oils. There's ways to fast dry it and all that stuff, but it's just, I think it's more, I just feel really excited about using acrylic gouache in a way that just clicks, and it felt like it was satisfying so many of the desires that I was off-putting into oil painting and then not getting. So I am so hungry to paint more with acrylic gouache, to explore this medium more, to develop my skills with it more. And yeah, I've been like dreaming about the next paintings that I can work on and the kind of mark making that I can create with these paints. So I guess that's my very exciting outcome to this quote unquote experiment, is that I started off thinking that I was going to test out a solution for my desires that were unmet in my paint mediums that I was using. And I did end up getting to that. I did end up with an answer that I'm really happy with, and I'm really excited to explore more. So I am very pleased with that. I'm very, very, very excited to start working on some more pieces. I'm recording this now, but I've actually already done one more painting that was fully in acrylic gouache, and I have started a giant one. Giant for me. It's very big, and it feels right. It feels good. It feels like I've had the epiphany that there was something right under my nose and in my own personality that I just hadn't quite locked in and realized. And now that I've realized it, I feel like I can just hit the ground running, because acrylic gouache, it 100%, there we go, it 100% fits into my desires as an artist and my lifestyle, it's immediate. It dries like that. It's ready to be painted immediately. It's far easier to keep clean because it dries pretty much immediately. And I'm excited to paint more. I would love to hear from you guys what kind of mediums you're using, if you've had any new epiphanies with the mediums that you are using. Have you fallen in love with something new or fallen in love with something old that you found again? I'd just love to know what you guys are working in and working with and what you're excited about. But yes, quick reminder, this painting is available at my shop, so Acidic. There's a link down in the description. And also, my next Kickstarter has an official launch date. I'm so excited and nervous, but it will be March 31st, so that's the last day of March. I will be launching, and I'll have a pre-launch page up very soon before my next video, so if you wanted to follow along and be notified as soon as it goes live, make sure to check out my future videos. I'll get that all set up, but yeah, that's it for today, so thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.